What is going on, buddy?
Hello!
It is Pixelbutters here, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. When we left off, Dio is doing Dio things. And it's a pain in my butt. He's holding the medicine hostage and holding me hostage and trying to make me trying to make me vote against myself when we gotta get got. Gotta be careful on the words towards the beginning. But maybe Fi noticed as everyone's walked around to go do their own little investigating and stuff. And he goes, I guess I'll go look too.
Maybe.
But I guess she'd be going too.
Hold on.
Yes?
Show me that journal first.
Sure.
Dio told me about it. He wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language.
It's probably Latin and she knows Latin.
You
sounds
said you
like
had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah. One sec. Dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Fi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
There it is.
Yep, I knew it.
Latin. You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
Oh, so in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log. It's not going to be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it, mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Oh.
It's like, Farrah, when it comes to... I think for most people that would have like a basic study in Latin, they don't really have the scientific words in their repertoire of things they learn. The first things you learn are conversing, how to, hold a basic conversation.
Sentences.
Not, I fucking researched ribonucleic acid today and all this stuff.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
I made biological clones inside my laboratory. No one learns those words.
No.
So I started to leaf through the book again and she spoke. Then suddenly she stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216.
It's pretty late in the book.
This isn't
Yeah.
research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
Huh.
And that goes against what you directly said. What's it say?
Don't rush me.
Oh,
It's
okay.
gonna take a minute.
Okay. I'm waiting patiently.
Interesting.
You want to fill me
Alright, I
in?
think I got it.
You want to tell me?
It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
Oh.
Okay. What? Why are they talking about
Not
that?
sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
Okay. When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced.
Surprised I'm not reading this.
I mean, you can do it if you want to.
Yeah, if we assume the brain currently operates on a one-to-one basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to 1 to the
1 to the square root of 1/6.
Yeah, wow. Or approximately 1 to 0.408. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside.
Okay.
Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or square root of 6 seconds, have passed outside.
Maybe it's not exactly square root, but because I'm used to whenever it's about math in America, when you're trying to do square root, instead of you've got the little kind of on the thingy there, but...
In other words, when 10 seconds pass in the real world, a patient infected with Radical 6 would feel as if only 4 seconds had passed. That is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Radical is another term for what is known as the root operation. Yeah, square root.
Okay.
The function inverse to the taking of a power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The exact cause of this is unclear, and although there is as yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed, many believe that they are not unrelated. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a video cassette being fast-forwarded.
Interesting. Okay.
For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact, 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task.
Yeah, this can add on to the fact of, like we mentioned before, when Sigma was laying down for a few minutes inside the security room, and if I had been able to go through an entire freaking security log, because that happened. Let's keep going before I throw in some stuff, but...
One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternative means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. Wow! The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Jesus Christ!
Okay.
Every day I see more crows, and rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, who've grown fat on plentiful rodent diet. A few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Well, shit.
Well, that's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part.
There's a lot of important parts there.
Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
I mean, there's a whole lot in this that book was able to open up for us. And I think one of the biggest things to try and hurdle, and of course it's the point of games like this, is the fact that you'll have some information effective. How does it become relevant of, like, obviously Radical 6 is playing a major key in everything going on here, because everyone is obviously, you know. In fact, in one of our previous endings for Poor Clover, we saw exactly what Radical 6 does to everyone, as we just had a fucking pit.
A party.
In the infirmary there. So, let's roll back. I mean, obviously you were very confused by the one route that hasn't quite finished yet, where Sigma is bleeding white as if he's an android instead of other things.
What's up with that?
But maybe we're getting red herringed on that, which would make me sad, because robots in space was my number one theory that I was trying to perceive, but I don't think that's quite coming to fruition. Because obviously, people in here are getting contaminated to Radical 6, which, as Temyoji said, should be impossible, because he probably has some part in this. Because there's a lot of theories you could make about the fact that potentially the human race was falling behind on any kind of means to getting a cure. So the way to fix that potentially was by taking those that were potentially either immune, or that's the wrong button because I want to get rid of the mouse on there. They're either immune to it or hadn't been exposed to it yet. To try and clone them to, like, recreate, like, to help rebuild the human race. Because if these are to be said, everyone got destroyed by Radical 6, which is a problem. And we know that there's a cloning thing going on. And maybe Dio was sent because his group wants, like, the human race to go down and have it just be, like,
just
clones
be left clones.
Exactly, or just clones in general. That's a tough one to get, but the question becomes, how is our quote-unquote Zero involved in this? Because that ties back to the old Nonra games, that ties back to June, who is involved in this, or Akane. Sorry, Junie. Because, I mean, she has the flashback as K/, a Sigma? Question marks, mother? Where's the relevancy to what we can use to figure out who Zero is and why we're here in a situation like this instead of just, in a quarantine lab?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure most of those will come through as we get more endings. I think the biggest thing that's throwing us for a loop is the white blood that came out of our hand in the one ending.
Yeah.
Because that makes you think. And also now, Sigma Junior and or Senior as K, because that creates a little bit of a double situation here. But let's fucking...
Are we the clone?
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, trying to kill himself. Back in the mix of things.
There are 2 other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Accelavir. I always want to say Axel when I first see it pop up in the first pages. Like, here's
exactly. But in the journal, it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions.
There's something on that
Mm-hmm.
that I want to... Boy, now where will it be in the files? Because, boy, there was something we got a long time ago. And it was that, it was that map of weird little things that went around. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Map of weird little things?
Yeah, I knew that was going to be exact.
What?
The mystery schematic.
Oh.
This. Like, almost connecting everything. There's the Nevada test site, which we can put down as, where the OG, I guess not OG, but
The previous,
Game 2
yeah.
was done, which connects a lot of these. Also, what the fuck is Rhizome 9? That's... yeah.
Maybe that's where we are. I don't know.
Maybe. But I think that's going to be relevant for these quarantine zones.
Yeah.
This is probably where everyone is. And also, why is E red? Maybe that's where we are.
E.
I don't know.
The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters? Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
Maybe the virus got in somehow.
What if Dio's the one that carried the virus in?
Oh.
To try and, number one, take care of us. Because that might have been his big thing. Go in there, get them all. And that's why he wants the Accelavir. Because he knows he's infected and needs to inject himself with that to save himself at some point.
Huh.
Because otherwise, I don't know of any other way for it to get in sensibly with the information we have. The only outside factor that we have that we know of is Dio. Because we know that he kind of broke in, killed the old lady, and took her place. That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades.
Wonder how that happened.
While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up.
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
It's good speculation. No, that doesn't make sense.
Why put us in a death game?
I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, Why the hell are we playing the nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the problem. Why the fuck is there a game going on with this? See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions.
Fucking mood. All right, theory 17 now.
Oh, God.
All right. What this actually is that there's a plausible pandemic outside, and this grounds is the test chamber to try and push forward to see how you can make someone immune to Radical 6 in a condensed environment to make them go through it. And then, you know what they do?
What?
They use the morphogenetic field to send the information safely outside to the outer world to then create the cure for Radical 6. That's how it works. Bing, bada, boom.
I think we should see if we can find anything else.
I think that made sense.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Exactly. Fi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the Magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about QUARK later.
Oh.
And with that, bye. Love you. She was gone, like dust in the wind. Poof.
Okay, bye.
Man. Let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. Hope that kid's okay. I'm about to sacrifice my life for him. How's he doing?
Seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
You were going to say something?
I have a theory about who Tenmyoji is.
Hit me.
I think Tenmyoji is Santa.
Any reasons why?
Just the closeness with Akane is one thing.
Fair.
And the fact that they're both around the same age here.
Fair.
And
because I'm going to assume that obviously because of the way they've aged, that the two of them were not cryo sleepers.
Yeah.
That they've been around for quite a while. But what's the deal with QUARK? Because Tenmyoji obviously has a connection to QUARK. And as we know from another ending, literally put him in here with a deal. Put him in here.
yeah,
So that creates the question of what's the deal with QUARK?
I don't know.
That might give us the answers that we need eventually.
But also I like his hair was always white and it had that same kind of slicked back style to it.
You are right.
Same kind of big forehead.
Sorry, Santa.
Still sleeping.
Hey, he's on my simplest.
I see.
Same rough around the edges attitude.
Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
he swears less now.
Because he's got class and dignity with age. Like fine wine. I made my way around the partition on the side of QUARK's bed. The journal and the thing Fi and I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment, the AB game was what we needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. Mine and QUARK's.
Plus Santa is always like fiercely protective, and so is Tenmyoji.
Yeah. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The journal was telling the truth, and as soon as the anesthetic wore off, QUARK would go insane again.
Oh boy.
What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got into him? Also the fact
Got
of...
into him?
got to him. Also the weird thing that, you know, could it be just him freaking out because of the virus, but like, I have to free my soul, get me out of this body? Is that just freaking out because Radical 6 is attacking your body and that's the only way to be free? We could have been reading too much into that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save QUARK, and that was with Excelivir. Unfortunately, Deo had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. And then who's going to make sure Dio fills in his end of the bargain when I die anyways? The question is,
Clover.
then, what to do?
She'll be alive still.
But how can we really guarantee that Dio's actually going to give us that in the end? But I think we're going to find out because I feel like choosing ally is the bad ending, and that's what I want to hunt down, so I'm going to choose ally on this round. I'm going to follow Dio's words because that's a horrible idea. Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? It was so faint I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
Oh.
Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though.
Meh.
What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic.
Pathetic.
There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
Well.
I have to die.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
We've always wanted to see what would happen.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
I'm going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know.
Yeah, you're safe. You betrayed me, ass. I'm
I
sorry.
heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My
I
vote's
guess.
the same either way.
Temiji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. All right. Take care of Quark.
Of course.
All right. Theory 9071
Oh my
for my
God.
brain.
What?
So, let's say you're right. Temioji is Santa.
Yeah.
Old lady's dead. Why is he so focused on Quark? Because Quark is the body that Akane's soul has been moved into to protect her
Oh.
from radical sex.
Interesting.
I don't fucking know.
Interesting.
Listen, you ever throw a Hail Mary aiming for 70 yards, but it goes like 4? That's what that was right there.
You
But
do
if
that
that's
a
enough
lot.
for a first down, then I'll take it, baby.
For first down.
Let's go.
Okay.
Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Temnioji and Quark behind. It's time for me to die. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us.
Oh boy.
Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing.
Ah.
Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
Ah, fair enough. They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
He's in there.
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
Waiting.
Or is he dead and the door closed? That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Excelsior from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AV room.
That too.
What a coward. You know what? What a fucking Dio move.
Yeah.
I'd made up my mind to chose ally, no matter what, but a part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now I'd made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes.
I don't want you
Yeah.
leaving
As long
yet.
as Tenmyoji votes ally, I can't choose betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
Ha ha ha. You needn't worry.
Wow.
I would never
What
do
delivery.
something so crass.
Really?
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well,
It's like,
I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Huh.
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly toward the AB room as if he'd simply hadn't heard Phi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Oh boy. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Yeah, it was
Well, there's
weird.
nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
That empty laugh.
And if not, there's going to be so many of us dead.
Remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right, and were soon out of sight inside it.
Clover.
All right, Clover. Time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
She's like, I get to watch you die. Great.
You're not going to do it, right? I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room. Yonk. Yeah, Ally's got to be the bad ending option because we're going to die. Dio's going to get the 9 points.
I
He's
just
going to
remember
leave.
something.
Yo, what's
What are
up?
you gonna do?
Wasn't Akane Santa's sister or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why they were the two that were running the
Yeah, that's
second
right.
nonary game to try and save the weird existential limbo that
Yep.
that.
So if that is him,
Akane
of course
was in.
he'd be fucking pissed that she's dead.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
You can't. You'll die.
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to?
No.
Fuck you, right?
No. No way. He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Well, what about you? You've got 6 BP too, right? Dio chooses ally and we choose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up.
I believe it.
I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
She's never really been one to try and escape from this place.
No.
She's just here for the ride.
She's just been thinking about other people.
Yeah. And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
That's what he said he'd do.
Fine. If you aren't going to listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Oh.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backwards with all my strength. I fucking killed her.
Oh my god.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die.
Aw.
Dio's going to kill you. You can't do this. I don't want you to die.
Ten seconds remain
No.
until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, you swayed my vote. No. Because I do think that the ally route is what's going to lead us to a certain ending of sorts.
Oh, yeah.
Unless Dio's thrown the biggest curveball and throws ally out there as a real test to see who he can trust. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? I bet you thought you were going to fucking die due to me. Hey, fist bump up top. Hey, here's the bottle for you. Sorry. That would be that. What fucking universe would that be in?
Someone who wrote a fan fiction.
It's my job now. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3.
I don't want you to die. It
1.
does the thing that kills. The music and everything.
Exactly, gotta go all for it.
Yep.
Farewell, world.
Farewell, world.
Kerchunk!
Are we human? Who knows?
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Yeah, how does this work?
Thank you.
If someone
for
does
your
die to this, we still don't know.
participation.
This never happened.
I mean, I imagine it's gonna
Is it
just...
gonna be like immediate?
I think it's just gonna be one...
Oh no, because like
It's gonna be when the voting goes through and it updates the numbers. And
on
it'll
the
be like,
on the
oh,
board, because it's
yeah.
like everyone check your bracelets, and then they
Yeah, and they'll be like, oh, that feels a little pokey. Oop. And then we're gonna
Ambidex
drop.
game
and then everyone
now
kills
open.
Dio,
Yeah, do it, buddy.
because they'd be like, "You killed him."
But, of course, he's got 9 and no one's gonna stop him. They're just gonna yell and scream.
Yep.
Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes.
Oh.
Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. We're just going straight for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, did not give me much confidence that this is gonna change my fate, is it, huh? Oh. Well, yep, there's that. But also, Kay and Alice at Betray. So that's an extra one. Do you think Dio and Kay are working together on this one now? I don't know, because Kay was like, I can't just sit by.
Well, I mean, Temioji's fine, but
well, Kay's at 9, and remember, Alice said we are going to vote ally, and Kay was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure, right, but I can't stay behind. By the way, I'm going. That's
interesting.
Let's see how this
Results
goes.
from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
Yeah, we have
Please
-1.
Check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
We did it. Wait.
Whoa, that's
Well.
weird to see.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Well, time to die in front of everyone.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. Felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long.
Damn.
There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic, Soparil. Whoa.
Woo.
I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble and gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh
Hey, someone got that gun to fucking help me right now?
no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door.
Yep.
Damn it. You'll keep your promise. God damn it. I groaned with a Herculean effort, lifted my head, then my sluggish body off the floor.
Goddamn.
Every step was a battle. Whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last, the smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me
back.
the medicine.
Act like
Oops,
it's
I didn't mean
yours.
to push that button.
Are we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Excelsior in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now, you. I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was.
Yeah.
There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excelsior. If he didn't, then I doused my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Oh, not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me.
Oh god.
I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said unmistakably Excelsior. It was the real thing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma, are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
I guess this is it.
Meh.
First is the sofa reel, which put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubo curarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
Hey, thanks.
Terrifying.
9 minutes. Once the soap roll was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up to the very end. Okay,
Just
Sigma.
like before.
You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? I think I actually picked it right. Maybe this was a path that'd be locked, but now that we know that the gun works, that we might have a way out, because that's the only way out at this point.
Yeah.
Is to stop the injection from killing us. There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Or do I not have the answer yet?
You'd think we would.
I mean, maybe there's another one because I don't think anyone got into that room, so there'd be no way to have that gun. But maybe there is another way that we can get out of that situation.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and just get the bad ending out of the way over here.
Yeah.
I mean, we know how this is going to go. Also, I mean, I guess we'll go over it more whenever we live, but no one's addressed the fact that fucking Kay and Alice picked Betray over there.
Yeah.
Everyone was too focused on the fact that we're dying.
Yeah, exactly.
But, let all this drama take place. Oh, man. 3, 2, 1, get it. Boom, Betray. Fuck you, Dio. Boom, Let's see how this is gonna go. You son of a bitch. Boom, drops it.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's not gonna go well for us.
No.
He'll throw it in our eyes. The glass breaks and blinds us. Clover and I walked out of the B room. Dio glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said.
After you throwing me away, you just did it anyways?
I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position. We'll find another way, all right? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it. And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the
I'll
results.
leave. But I
Alice
guess that
hates Dio.
Yeah, but I guess that means that at some point Clover was able to tell Alice when they were all branching off. So
Okay, that's good.
okay, at least one other person knows. Did Alice tell everyone else? All right. Dun 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 dun. Bam, bam.
Yeah.
All right, are they still gonna do the betray? Okay,
Yeah.
so Kay's still gonna have 9 points, which might become a problem on this one.
Uh-huh.
Fuck you! fuck you!
Bitch.
Eat shit and die. Fuck kids. Me and my homies hate kids.
Results
Oh my
from
God.
round 2
Me
of
and
the
my homies
Amadeus
hate
game will now be displayed.
Ironically, Quark has
Please
8 points.
Check your bracelet
Yeah.
to see your updated bracelet points.
Bam, 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 bam. Oh, that's it.
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry. I decided to choose betray.
So you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of a cold-hearted bastard are you?
Jeez.
Please. Just give it back.
Hey, Sigma? What are you talking about?
We found the Accelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What? You mean he has it? Right now?
Nah, I don't have it.
What?
Well, I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do.
Yep.
No! Don't!
Get him.
I leapt toward him as I spoke, but it was already too late.
Uh-oh.
Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up,
Damn.
and threw it to the ground. I threw it on the ground!
Oh my God.
No!
You bastard.
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen Ally, this never would have happened. You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
I'd had enough. Something snapped in my
Kill him.
brain. Bastard. I let out a guttural roar and leapt forward.
Rah!
Fucking please give me the satisfaction of choking the life out of this fucking man. Only be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. It was fine.
Hold it.
Oh, I'll hold his throat. Why are you stopping
This
me?
isn't the time for that.
Oh, I think it is, huh? What do you mean this isn't the time for...
Look at the number 9 door.
And...
Ah.
Kay was indeed standing in front of the door. What is he...
No!
Not... His BP is 9.
What?
Suddenly we were all running toward Kay in the number 9
Alice
door.
hasn't said anything. Is Alice dead?
I don't know what's going on with Alice.
Because we haven't even seen her.
No.
Did he kill Alice?
I'm trying to think.
Or like knock her out?
Let me think about something. They never show Sigma in the things, but there were 5 portraits.
Uh-huh.
Clover, Kay, Luna, Phi, Dio.
Alice never came out.
Alice never came out of the fucking room.
Oh boy.
Kay, what the hell do you think you're
What
doing?
am I doing? Well, that should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing.
Oh my God.
I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable, but as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9.
Yeah, and taken it with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do.
Well,
this is the most logical choice.
you have a fair point, my best of friendo. Run on into the sunset.
Into the sunset. He could be lying.
I trust my best friend.
Really?
Yes.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Yes, I'm aware.
Wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned. She is only sleeping.
The fucking face.
What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey!
He just knocked her out.
Wait!
Wow.
Oh my god. Dio charged at K, but the larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door just before it closed.
Well.
Nice.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game.
Well,
Thank you for your participation.
thank you so much.
As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
I sure will try. Oh no, game over? Oh, who would have guessed on that one? Thanks, Kay. But that's okay. I trust my best friend. He's going to get out and he's going to do fine.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, let's throw a little thing right there. Perfect. All right. Ooh, I see something. I see something. I don't remember what was happening over there, but I see something.
What?
We have a new opening.
Ooh.
We can actually go down this path, whichever one this is. So this is down the Alice Road. AB game. This would be. Ooh, that might be the Betray route.
Is it?
I think
Check.
so.
Because it says ally.
No, ally round.
See,
Okay.
allies are on the left. Yeah.
It's hard to tell with the choices in the specific ones, but what's happening over here? There isn't enough antiviral medication in the infirmary. Is this one of the ones where we're talking about how we know who did the thing? No, that's over on these two. Both of those are the I know who did the bombs.
Yeah. It was you. And then it. Yeah.
And yeah, the one where we got stopped in front of Alice's body was that one, which immediately opened up afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try and remember which one that is. And I'm just gonna jump into it so I can save, and then I'm gonna let it do its thing.
Yep.
Come on, let it, let's what the fuck are we doing?
All right, please pay attention, everyone.
Yep, she's dropped down. Okay,
you need
just
to hear this. The
Okay.
atom has finished
What
yep,
did it say?
she's got radical.
her result. She is.
Yep, she's also got
Yeah.
radical 6. Rebecca, you know, I'm gonna get everyone their ass. There's Excelivir somewhere.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Yep.
Immunoglobulin.
RG, the immunoglobulins.
Immunogoblins.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off radical 6.
Oh.
IG replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Oh my god. Forgot about that. That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's a immunogoblin replication machine.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what?
It can copy globulins, antibodies. Luna just said Excelivir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Excelivir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it.
But how
Clover
do
and
you
I
know?
examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
Don't ask. I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Well, I'm sounding real sus, ain't I?
Yeah.
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
Yeah. No. The deal was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelivir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait! We can't leave them here all alone. Do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
No.
Alright then. Let's go. And we're gonna go and investigate the laboratory now that we know what the heck that machine does. Next time.
Whoa! I can't look at her necklace the same anymore. Makes me want to hug her.
Oh, you poor thing. But you know what? You're doing fine and well in here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And you know what? I didn't even get the satisfaction of choking Dio out. Couldn't even give me that K. But I'd like to imagine that after K left, it's like, oh, now I've got all the time in the world to strangle you. And then we did. While everyone investigated Alice, see what was going on in that front. I strangled Dio.
One thing real quick about my Santa theory is it would explain why he was so disappointed when Clover didn't trust him at first. Because they've met each other before already.
Yeah, in a way.
And she's like, what do you mean? I can't trust some old man I just met. And he's like, I guess that's fair.
Do you remember the young guy that you met? That's me.
Yeah.
What?
That's probably what they talked about before. And she's like, I can trust him.
I don't know. There's something to it that she won't tell us.
Nope.
But maybe we'll get an answer at some point.
Maybe.
God damn it.